Hello everyone and welcome back to AK Academy and TicketsBasket. We have talked about Azure functions and we have created our own, initialized all the stuff, and we have tested that and it was just working fine with the default template that we have for the blob trigger. Right now what we are going to do is to write the code that actually will go ahead, get this stream and convert it into an image, create the thumbnail and then write it to an output stream. So let's see how we can do this, but before we proceed, let me explain a little bit the process of creating the tab, the resizing mechanism that we are going to use. So basically, here we have this, let's say we have an image, which is this one, like that. And this one had the width of 1200 pixel, and for the height, we have 600 pixel. So every image we need to get, always the width will be 200. So this means we need to find a simple way just to calculate the height, which is basically the unknown here, for every image to stay with the same scale for the real image. So to do so, we are going to divide the width for the length, and you will get a ratio, which is in this case 2, for example. So in this case, this means to calculate the new height here, it is 200 divide for the ratio, and then the new height is 100 pixel. So yeah, it's a very simple thing. Let's go ahead and take another example. Here I have an image for an event, as you can see, and the ratio of the dimensions of this image is 1240 by 500. So the calculation is going to be, as you know, let's first calculate the ratio. So this is at 2.48, and right now the new width is 200, and let's divide this to 2.48, and we got 80.6 or 81 or 80 at the new height. So this is how we are going to calculate that. Right now, let's go ahead and start coding in the Visual Studio. So if you look at this, before we proceed with that, first I'm going to change this user's container and to call it images. So yeah, we will put all the images in the system into the same container, and I have also went over here and have created this container, which is still a new one, and also have created this called images thumbs that will contain the same image but the thumbnail of this image and have the same name. So here this is called an input binding. So basically this is, and as you know, it's an input for our function. Whenever we put any image within this container, this function will be triggered and it will start working. But we need as well, and this is one of the cool functions that we have in the Azure function, that basically there is something called output bindings as well. So we can have multiple output bindings. So for example, we need to write multiple streams for other containers, or maybe the same container. So what we can do is simply go ahead and create some multiple bindings, and then we can just write directly without going ahead and writing code that will talk or communicate with the Azure Blob Storage. And this is one of the cool functions. So this is why Azure Functions makes you too much productive, because many things are just ready for you. So all you have to do is just to concentrate on the code. So right now we need to create an output binding to write the new image to the images thumbs container with the same name. And to do so, it's just basically a new parameter, just like this. Okay, I don't think this one should be here, like that. Okay, that's perfect. So here I'm going to create a new parameter. It takes a blob attribute, and this blob attribute, what we pass here is the name of the container, or basically the new path, images-thumbs / the name. Look at that, it's pretty simple. And we have other property, which is file access .write. So what's going to happen? It's going to write this file. So this is it, and then our parameter is thumb stream, and then we have the name and the logo, just like this. So look at that. This is pretty simple and easy. So all you have to do to write a new blob is just write for the stream, and that's it. This is very easy, basically. So here we have the name of the new blob that's being uploaded to the images container right now. The first step to do is to check the extension if it's a valid image or something. Maybe like we put here another thing. So var allowed extensions equals new, like that, like for example this one, and then we get the extension of the image, which is use path dot get extension from the name, and then we check if allowed extension doesn't contain, this is a link function, the extension, then what you have to do is log error and name blob is not a valid image. Okay, just like that, and then just return. So right now we have a valid image and everything just working fine. What we have to do is to get the image out of this stream. And to do so, and to manipulate with this image and all this stuff, you should go to the dependencies, manage NuGet packages, and let's search here for system.drawing.common. So this one contains all the APIs and the functionality that you need to manipulate and deal with the graphics and images and all this stuff, as you can see here. Okay, that's perfect. So what I'm gonna do basically is to get the image out of this stream, and simply by typing image, let's add this class by using system.drawing, image system.drawing from stream. So you can see here, I'm gonna pass my blob that contains the image uploaded. That's perfect. Right now I have the image over here. So what I need to do is right now to calculate the width and the height. Calculate the width and the height. So as you know, integer new width, it's always fixed for 200. And we need the new height, but before we do this, let's get the ratio of the image dimensions. So I'm gonna type image.width divided to image.height. So I get the ratio, and then I can type integer new height is equals to new width multiple the ratio. Sorry, it's ratio just like this. Okay, that's perfect. So right now I have all this stuff. What I have to do is I'm gonna convert this image into a bitmap, which is like basically the pixel representation of this image, and then I'm gonna calculate or generate the thumbnail. So var bitmap equals new bitmap, and I just pass the image as an parameter. So that's it, look at that. And thumb image equals bitmap dot get thumbnail image. This bitmap has already a function that get thumbnail image. We pass the new width, new height, and for this callback I'm gonna pass null, and this pointer we pass integer pointer dot 0. So basically all I need to concentrate on is the new width and the new height of the image, and this one, it's a new image, a new representation for this one, but with the new dimension that we have. Right now what we want to do is to write this content to the output binding that we have here, which is the thumb stream, and that's it. So to do so, I'm gonna type thumb image dot save. Okay, here we have like about 5 overloads. One of them like takes stream. Yeah, this is it. The stream is thumb stream. And what is the image format? What is the format of this image? Okay, very simply, the image of the format is the same for this image format, and it is image.raw format. Like this function returns the format of the image, as you can see, and right now the image has been created. Thumb for name has been created with the dimensions new width, new height. Okay, that's perfect. I think this is everything that we need. Right now, let's go ahead and run this function to see if everything is just going to work very fine. And right now, because we are working on the local development, so whenever I put any file in this images, the function will go ahead and run, and then it should put the output here. So this is the image. As you can see, look, check the dimensions and all this stuff. Right now, I'm gonna go to the Windows terminal. So open up the functions project in the file explorer. Okay, I have it already here. Then open in Windows terminal. And make sure just to click save here. That's perfect. And all I have to do is to call func start. Let's hit enter. Okay, the project has been built successfully, and right now our function, okay, it looks like it's working. There is no any issues over here. Okay, I'm gonna go for this one, and I'll choose upload the files. That's great. Let's go ahead and choose that file that I have showed to you, desktop, and we have this image here. Check the dimensions. Let's open it up, and then I will click upload. And let's open this just to see how it's going to deal with. And look at that. So thumb for event has been created with the new dimensions, 200 by 100. Okay. It should be more than 100. But oh yeah, that's right, because here I've used integers. So like when it divides, for example, this one for 500, the result is 2.46. And what does this mean is basically because I've put the result in the integer, sorry, over here, so then it ignores everything out there. So it just became 2, and here this result by 200 divided to the new ratio 2, I get just 100. So we are gonna solve this, but meanwhile our thumbnail has been generated and the function just working very fine. Let's go to the image of thumbs and click on refresh. And here we go, look at that. Here we have a cool image over here. It is 50 kilobyte, while if you check this one, it's 1.1 megabyte. So look at that, we have a massive amount of, like we have reduced the amount like too much. Let's try to open this image. And look at this. We have a very teeny representation for this image that we can use in our websites, so light, and then whenever the user clicks on this one, the big image will open, and in this case we have a very optimized solution. So basically our goal is not about to make this great optimization, but the most important thing is just to learn how to discover Azure functions and to learn how about them, and then we will put them in Azure and see how it's going to work. This is all of the goal of what we are doing right now, and also you have learned how to deal with the graphics. So let's go ahead and solve this issue basically over here that you can see, and I'm gonna use double. The result, I'm gonna convert those results to double. I can use like explicit converting, but yeah, that's fine as well. Okay. So, and over here for the new height, I am gonna use math.round this decimal, round it for 0 decimals, and then I'm gonna convert this into integer. Convert.to integer 32, and just like that. So look at this. This is just perfect. What I'm gonna do right now is let's go for the thumb images and click on delete. Yes. And do this here as well. Delete. Okay, that's perfect. Now I think we should stop our function project. Let's go over here, click save, and .NET build, func start, Okay, here we go. Our function is working fine again. Now for this images, upload the files to this one, and again to this event image, click upload, and let's go for this one. Here we go. The image has been created, and right now we have got the exactly like the right height that we guessed on the whiteboard. So look at that. We have got like this result. No, maybe in the calculator. Yeah, so you see we get 80.6 and we round this, so we get 81. So that's just perfect. Let's go ahead and have a look. Okay, I should click refresh. And here we go, and look at that. Because we have like saved a few pixels, like we get much less size. Right now, instead of 50 kilobyte, we got 41 kilobyte, and that's just great. So if you look at that, I hope like you enjoyed this. It was very interesting, even for me, like playing with Azure Functions. It's you should use playing instead of working, because it's sort of, wow, something very interesting and like crazy. Look at that. We have about 10 lines of code, and they are doing all of that magic, reading and writing, and they are working automatically whenever we put a new image. So yeah, basically, you know, Microsoft is all about productivity, and this is what we care about. And we have like gentle code. Yeah, Azure Functions has a very, very big future. So yeah, we will see in the upcoming courses how we are going to go so deeply in this and serverless. But for now, this is a very good amount. I hope you enjoyed it, and you hope like you get your hands dirty in Azure Functions, and you have done something with it by following what I have done. Right now in the next video, maybe we are going to deploy the projects later on, but for this Azure function, for this piece of code, let's go ahead and put it on Azure, link it to the Azure storage account that we have for our TicketsBasket course, and then let's see how it's going to work in the cloud. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.